Good morning, everyone. I've had such a mad morning. You see those trousers there? They do not fit me. I tied a knot on those trousers and I couldn't get them off, so I had to go into the kitchen, get a fork and just play it, just getting it apart for like 5 to 10 minutes. This is a stage day. I don't have time for this. And then we don't have corned beef slices, so I can't go to the shop I normally do, so I went to the shop nearby. Normally I'd have like 10 slices, but that shop for some reason doesn't sell the right number, so we're just gonna have to leave like 2 slices out. Instead of buying 10 slices, they sell 4 slices, so I had to buy 3 separate packs just for one meal. Come on. I've had such a mess of a morning, but we're getting through it. Meanwhile, clearing my nose started a nosebleed. Flipping fantastic, and I've got about 4 minutes before I leave, so I guess I'm just gonna have to have this in while I dance. It's just the dumbest thing. Universe, could you behave? Could I just take these out and not have a nosebleed? It's just, I'm a simple man. I've definitely had a day. Stage went quite well. In the car ride up to stage though, I had a bit of tissue in my nostril because I was still bleeding. Thankfully, when I got to stage, got to the toilet, took it out, and it stopped. And later on in the stage day, it started streaming again, but it wasn't bleeding, thankfully. So I've gone back to normal. The normal cold. Can't stop it. And then to finish off, got back home, thanks for the car ride. Turns out, I didn't have a key. And Robert was busy or something, so we've got multiple keys basically, and we've got a key for emergencies where we just put the code in, open it, get the key, and we've got so many keys that Robert's key was on the inside of the door, so I couldn't use the spare key. Thankfully he let me in. If he had been asleep, I would have been doomed. Today we finally finished the Chibnall era with Legend of the Sea Devils and the Power of the Doctor. Personally, I do think people treat the Chibnall era too unfairly, because even like Series 1, Series 14, Series 15, Season 1, Season 2, restarting the count has completely messed things up now, thanks RTD. But yeah, the RTD2 era is so good, and yet it gets absolutely obliterated in the criticism. And it's like, oh my gosh, you can't please anyone. So I feel like Chibnall's era is not nearly as bad as people were making it out to be. It's just because it was new. But it isn't quite to like RTD1 standards. So yeah, to be a bit more positive, I want to share some of like the episodes that are really good. The Woman Who Fell to Earth, Rosa, Demons of the Punjab. I thought The Witchfinders and It Takes You Away were really good, and I really like Resolution. I thought the Spyfall 2-part was really good. Fugitive of the Jadoon, really good. Can You Hear Me, apart from the really rushed ending, was really good. And The Haunting of Villa Diodati was really good. Village of the Angels, apart from, like the Belle storyline, I feel like there's a lot of characters that could have gone on the cutting room floor. But Village of the Angels, for the most part, is actually one of the best angel stories ever. I absolutely loved Eve of the Daleks. And I remember the Power of the Doctor being so good. I want to talk about timeline jumping. Basically, with the law of assumption, you can assume basically whatever you want into reality. Unless it's like, do you mind? Unless it's like you take the law of gravity and go, you don't exist. That's not going to work. You kind of have to do it in a way that you actually believe. Basically, you have to align your actions with the way you think and feel at the end, when you already have that thing that you enjoy. For instance, manifestations for me, all those Doctor Who missing episodes, perhaps I'm still waiting on them, perhaps I'm not, I don't know anymore. But there's also my soulmate, these things that's the thing though, in my head, I don't think about the details, I just think about like, oh, that would be fun. Wouldn't that be a good day when that turns up? And I get a little too attached and I'm like, oh, but the current reality I live in, I would love to have this in my head. How do I know if that's going to work or if that's going to be advantageous to me? I don't know. The universe is always working in my favour, so whenever I see some kind of lack, it just means just focus my attention elsewhere. I mean, one of the big timeline jumping moments for me is like, I live in a new house. I jumped into a timeline where everything just worked in my favour for me to move into a new house. Like, that's insane. I mean, I had resistance or something like that for 20 years, and I cleared the resistance pretty quickly after I started the law of assumption research. So yeah, I mean, it's physical proof that you can timeline jump. I often find that I timeline jump for sort of stuff that I've detached from or, had little interest in. Like, I'm watching YouTube and stuff, Avengers Doomsday casting Ian McKellen back as Magneto and Patrick Stewart as Professor X and, the rest of the X-Men. Well, probably not all of them, but, still, like, these things, I didn't have this mindset of, oh, I really want that. Oh, I have to count the days between now and when I actually get this thing. These things just turned up and they're so cool. This is how to do it. You have to just get yourself, with these manifestations, you have to get yourself to this point where you ultimately don't mind if it turns up or not. And lo and behold, they turn up in the strangest ways. I want to talk about some Doctor Who examples. I mean, the first missing Doctor Who recovery I was like about 2 years old with The Lion episode 1 of The Crusade, that's season 2, First Doctor. And although it's not in the best quality, we can actually see it at all, and I'm grateful for that. That was 1999. That is so long ago. But considering it aired for the first time in like 1964, something like that, I haven't sat through nearly as much as other people, I suppose. I've thought about the concept that, Earth is just a made-up planet. Like, next time I go into another life, I reincarnate as someone else. Earth doesn't even exist. All of the stuff that I've learned about through my life is just purely fiction. We then go to 2004, another 5 years after the last recovery. We'll get one more episode, episode 2 of the Daleks' Master Plan, Day of Armageddon. It was a big find too, because I think that might be the only Katarina episode that we can watch. And another wait, 6 years later, we get 2 episodes. We had the Underwater Menace, episode 2, which is currently the earliest second Doctor episode that we can watch in full. And it was recovered alongside Galaxy 4, episode 3, Airlock, which is, it's a pretty good find, yeah. This stuff is way before I got attached to the idea of more of this stuff turning up. I didn't even know about this stuff and I was attracting it anyway. It's like I'm meant to be with it. 2011, those 2 episodes turned up. And just merely 2 years later, we got 9 episodes recovered. Beforehand, The Web of Fear had 5 episodes missing. One of them was recovered, and now 5 out of 6 of the episodes are recovered, and that is huge. And also, The Enemy of the World had 1 out of 6 recovered. They've fully recovered The Enemy of the World. That's insane, considering, that's insane comparing to the other recoveries, like, 1 episode here and there. Suddenly, we recovered an entire story. You cannot tell me nowadays they can't just find all the other episodes, especially since now all of this is just in my head. I'm probably going to get a few dirty looks with these comments about like, oh, this reality kind of revolves around me. But we all have our separate realities and we can have control of them as long as you realize that, oh yeah, that stuff is on its way, and you just stop losing a ton of energy like, oh, but I want it now. My life sucks without it. Oh, life isn't worth flipping going through unless I have this. Oh, I want to watch it now. Yeah, I've gone like 8 to 9 months now of me going, oh yeah, turns out all of the episodes, all 97 episodes, the missing episodes of Doctor Who are found. And I can watch them now in the grand scheme of things. And I, at this point, haven't had any, apart from, here and there, like, oh, film is fabulous, have found an episode, at least one episode, and yeah, they're going to announce it early this year. I've been kept in the dark here, but I'm going to ride the momentum this time. Because back in 2013 with those 9 episode recoveries, I hadn't even watched Classic here. I wasn't that attached. But the point is not to be attached, but still, that's the giveaway there. I wasn't attached to these episodes turning up, but once I got attached to it, lo and behold, flipping 12 years go by, and I still haven't recovered any other flipping episode. But times are changing now. They are. There's also that big one too, where Doctor Who got cancelled in 1989, and then they tried to do an American reboot with the TV movie in 1996, but that flopped so hard. Somehow Palpatine returned. Somehow in 2005, Doctor Who returned. And it was like my parents sat me down and we watched it as a family. And I've stayed with it for over 20 years. It's funny what you can manifest when you're not attached. That's the secret. Stop being so attached to the very idea of it being here and now. And just don't pay attention to it. Enjoy what you have in your reality currently. For instance, I've been rewatching Doctor Who for the past 8 to 9 months. I've got about 12 days left, and then I'm going to be finished with my rewatch. But, I'm just grateful I've got like 9 months worth of content to watch. And I've been watching daily. I'm spoiled here. Christopher Eccleston predicted Billy Piper as the Doctor. That he just suggested, if I want a Doctor, I want Billy Piper. Years later, out of nowhere, Billy Piper is the Doctor. And I don't care if the credits didn't say introducing Billy Piper as the Doctor. I think that is just there to get engagement, and clearly it worked because everyone is theorising, is she Rose, is she Bad Wolf, is she the Doctor? It's done deliberately in my opinion, and she's the 16th Doctor, and you can't persuade me out of that because I know that the law of assumption is, if you assume it, it happens. So Billy Piper's the Doctor for multiple series, heck yeah. And even if she doesn't end up doing that and we get turns out she was Rose and someone else is the 16th Doctor, I'm not attached to it. If it doesn't go my way, then why not? Cool, okay, I trust the universe to have an even better story than I could come up with. But yet in the reality war, when the 13th Doctor turned up and Billy Piper, Shooty Gat were regenerated into Billy Piper, at that point I was just like, is there anything out of my reach? There really isn't. And yeah, the Christmas special 2026 is going to have some incredible surprises. I am assuming that every living Doctor will be in it. I'm saying David Bradley, of recasting the 2nd and 3rd Doctors. I'd love Sean Pertwee to play the 3rd Doctor. We've already got images of him in his dad's clothes. Yeah, he's the son of John Pertwee, yeah. And also, Tom Baker, Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, Paul McGann. I've practiced this because I can say all that. Recast a young War Doctor. Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant's obviously coming back. Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, Jodie Whittaker, Joe Martin. Sacha Dhawan played the Master at one point. The Doctor at one point, but he could turn up as the Master. You see why I got confused there? I got a little too ahead of myself. I'm sorry, I've failed Doctor Who fans far and wide. I forgot to say Ncuti Gatwa. I don't know how, but it happened. But yeah, there's rumours that, the Christmas special is going to have Daleks in, and Ncuti Gatwa desperately wanted to fight Daleks as the Doctor. He's very likely to come back in a Christmas special. And of course, Billy Piper. That can happen. A story with every single actor currently alive and, you know, recasts for the doctors that can't be with us. You know, that is, in my opinion, that can either be a mess or it can be done well. I mean, if Infinity War balanced that many characters and turned out to be one of the most fantastic films of all time, why can't this? So, you know, I'm hyped for the future. If you got this far, put stop in the comments. Also, if you haven't already, leave a like and subscribe. Anyways, I love you all. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.